Good morning, boys and girls. Our math target says I can tell time to the hour and half hour using analog. This is an analog clock and digital clocks. This is what a digital clock looks like. Okay, and you'll have some numbers here, and that tells us what time it is. So here I have two clocks. We're going to talk about analog clocks first. We're going to talk about the hands. The hands point to numbers, which tell us what time it is. Now, if you guys remember, the shorthand points to the hour. Very good. So I'm going to go ahead and write that. The shorthand always points to the hour. The hour is always the first number when we're telling time. So if it's 9 o'clock, then my hand would look like this. Here's my shorthand. And then my long minute hand would be pointing to 12 because we know it's o'clock. So right here, this says it is 9 o'clock. This is an analog clock. And my digital clock would look like this. Nine o'clock. Right here. Okay. What about that long hand? If the shorthand points to the hour, what does that long hand point to? Very good. The long hand points to the minutes. So this here says it's 4:30. Okay. So we know the long hand points to the minutes. Okay. Remember, we said that it is 4:30. The way we write that is 4:30, which again would be like what it looks like in a digital clock. Okay. Shorthand points to the hour, longhand points to the minutes. Let's practice telling some time. Right here, 9. Again, we have 9:30, okay? Now remember, this here is o'clock, so we could have 12 o'clock. Now, if I move the hour hand, then we have 1 o'clock. Say it with me. 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and we are back to 12 o'clock. Okay, now what if we make this minute hand point to the half hour? Then this would be 12:30. And then the hour hand could change to 1:30, 2:30, 3:30, 4:30, 5:30. What comes next? 6:30. Look at how they're both pointing here. Okay. The minute hand staying at 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, and 12:30. Okay, I'm going to put a time up here. This is the time that we go to lunch every day. I would like for you to tell me, or at least it's close to the time, what time it is. What time do we go to lunch? Whoop, hold on, if it would stay. There we go. 11:30, very good, because look, This hour hand is pointing to the 11, and we know that this minute hand is at the 30 because it goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 11:30. Okay, what time are we seeing here? $2:30, very good. We see the hour hands pointing to the 2. Again, the minute hand is on the 30. But now, what time is it? 2 o'clock, very good. This minute hand is pointing to the o'clock right here on the hour. So that is 2 o'clock. And the way we write 2 o'clock looks like this. We have 2 and then a colon. Those are the 2 dots, okay? Dot and a dot, 2 o'clock. And this is 2 o'clock on a digital clock. Think about how you would write 3:30 on a digital clock. It's just the number 3:30. What would 3:30 look like on the analog clock? Would it look like this? No, that minute hand needs to point at the 30, okay? And our hour hand would need to point at 3. 3:30. What about 12:30? 12:30 is right here on the digital clock. We're at 12 and then 30. And right here, I need to make sure that my hour hand is pointing at 12 and that my minute hand is pointing at 30. Let's try one more. Okay, what time is it? 10 o'clock, very good. How would I show 10 o'clock on my analog clock? I need to move my minute hand up to the o'clock, to the 00, and then this hour hand would need to go to the 10. The short hand goes to the 10. Okay, very good, boys and girls. So again, we can tell time to the hour and half hour using analog and digital clocks. And we remember that that hour hand points, that short hand points to the hour and the long hand points to the minutes. Okay, this is what your seesaw assignment looks like. Here, write the time shown on each clock. We can do the first one together. The hour hand is pointing to the 5, so I'll write 5. And then the minute hand is pointing to the 12, so it's going to be o'clock, 0, 0. Okay, and I will see you tomorrow.